sort of the obvious question. How are you sort of feeling about it at the moment?
Yeah, obviously it's never a great position to be in going in for sort of end of season surgery, and it's the first time it sort of happened to me, and it is shattering because you want to be out there as much as possible and playing with the boys and helping the club go forward. But I know at the same time I'm just one to sort of always look at the positives and think about the things that I can sort of achieve in the period that I'm going to be away from the game. And look, I'm just looking forward to getting it all behind me and moving forward, I guess.
When did you start first feel pain in the foot?
Oh, I don't know. It's one of those ones that sort of we've managed all along because it was 15 months ago when it sort of came up the first time and went through the recovery process there and got back to playing footy last year, and sort of just managing it all along the way, and there's constant scans along the way to make sure that it's all heading in the right direction. And then probably the last couple of weeks has just been getting sort of a bit sore and sore as each training session and game goes. And yeah, sort of after the weekend's game, I sort of figured that I can't really go on with the way I was feeling, so we investigated it further, and that's where the crack showed up.
Is it hard not to fear the worst when you hear the words navicular bone, given the history of the injuries?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I don't really see the value in looking into that side of things. I'm one to always see the positive side of it, and I'm just looking forward to get it all behind me and run out there on the ground and train with the boys, feeling fit and healthy and 100% again, because in the end, that's why you play footy, for the enjoyment side of it. So I'm just really pumped to be really patient and diligent with my rehab, because, as you said, it is I suppose, severe injury, and that guys that have had it in the past have to be extra cautious because of the particular injury. But yeah, at the same time, I'm just really pumped to get it feeling fit and healthy again and get back out there.
So you don't worry it's career threatening?
Nah, not at all. Like if that comes about down the track, then so be it. But yeah, as I said, I don't see the value in really looking into that at this point, because all I'm worried about is getting back and feeling fit and healthy again. So, if that's something that I have to look at down the track, then so be it. But I'm just all positive at the moment.
It's a long rehab process, obviously, and we're told that you're going to be back for day one of pre-season. Have you thought about what you might do during that rehab process? Will you try and get away from footy at all, or do you want to stay around the club the whole time?
That's probably something that we'll sort of look into over the next week after the surgery, and sit down with Marnes, the medical staff and the coaches and everyone involved at the club to see what sort of the next 16 weeks looks like. And, being a leader of the group, I really want to be around and, help out as much as possible. But at the same time, I don't want to be getting in people's way, and I won't have much movement. So it'll just be a matter of helping out the boys where I can and sort of playing my role in that aspect. But if it means that there's an opportunity to sort of go away and just freshen up, then I'll jump at that if they offer it me. But because my sister is running in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, sort of end of July. So if the club were nice enough to let me off for a week to go see her, because it's probably something I'd never be able to do in any other situation, I might do that. But yeah, it's one of those things that we'll sort of talk about in the next week or so.
Were you surprised when the scan results came back, or did you just sort of fear this might have been the case?
I think ever since you first get diagnosed with an injury like that, I hate scans now, because you're always feared of something popping up. And it was probably the last couple of weeks that I've started to feel a bit like something's not right. But you never know until it's confirmed. And when I got the phone call to say that there's a crack in there, it's shattering right from the start. But as I say, I'm not one to dwell on all the negatives. I'm just looking at the positive side of things and seeing it as an opportunity to continually improve and make myself a better player again.
As you mentioned, it's been something that's you've sort of been managing for 15 months. How much has it affected your ability to perform on the field?
Oh, it's hard to know. Like when I'm playing, there's no excuses out there. It's just every single player in the AFL at some point in time was playing with a little nagging injury or something along the line. So it's just all a part of the game now. But look, it's one of those things that we found out now, and now we can get on top of, and hopefully it's the last of it.
We've seen guys like Roughhead and Swallow sort of have a bit of a chat about Achilles long-term injuries. Have you lined up anyone at your club or at another club to have a bit of a chat about going through this particular injury?
Yeah, I guess it's fortunate and unfortunate at the same time that two boys here have had a similar type thing in the past. Grimesy and Cole Garland both have had stuff done to their navicular, so I've been keeping in close contact with them to see how they sort of managed it all and sort of what they did in their rehab process. But look, there's plenty of sort of examples out there of people overcoming them and never having issues with them again. So hopefully I'm just one of those cases as well.
With this, Jack, it'll be 5 years into your AFL career. Would this be a time for reflection or to see how do you think your career's tracking so far?
Yeah, I assume, I guess you can sort of sit back and reflect a bit, but look, if I had my choice at the start of my career, I wouldn't be sitting in this position right now, having a season-ending injury in my 5th year, but that's all part of the game and you just got to roll with the punches. But look, I'm just, as I said earlier, it's just a matter of sort of reassessing where I'm at as a player and assessing my strengths and weaknesses and really going to work on them and making myself a better player because of it.
Because that first year in particular, you were right sort of up there with all your peers you were sort of drafted with. Sort of since then, how free did your body feel in that first year compared to certainly the last sort of 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, you're new to the game and nothing really worries you. You just go for it and go out there like you always have in the past. And there's different elements in the game that sort of affect performance and affect the way you think and everything like that. But I'd love to be able to get back to the footy that I was playing in my first year, just sort of free of any burden and just running out there and enjoying myself. And in the end, that's why you play footy, is because you enjoy it and you really want to enjoy the team's successes. So hopefully when I can get back fit and healthy, I can contribute to the team in that way and bring that when I start playing again.
Have you enjoyed your footy this year? I mean, obviously you haven't got the captaincy, but form probably wasn't great. And going back to the VFL, have you enjoyed it this year, or has it again been pretty tough?
I'm just love every moment of playing footy at the moment because I went through a bit of injury last year and it's never a fun period to go through. So I've just tried to jump at every opportunity to get out there and train and play and improve as a player. And look, there's different times where form, will say that you need to play at different levels, but the main focus for me the whole way through is just to make sure I'm enjoying myself because, as I keep saying, that's why you play the game, to be successful and enjoy yourself. So, I've really enjoyed playing under Roosie and the other coaches. They've been great for the footy club and, hopefully the weekend's result's just a taste of what's to come throughout the rest of this year and going forward.
Is it somewhat of a relief to know that, obviously it's not a relief to have a season-ending injury, but given your form and so on, that there was something actually dramatic affecting your ability to run and have power off the mark? Yeah,
it's funny you say that because, people always say, how you going, and when you hear that sort of news, and obviously there's the frustration that your season's over and everything, but there was an element of relief there because I've sort of been battling away for the last few weeks, sort of second-guessing myself, thinking, why can't I move the way that I've sort of moved in the past, and it was doing my head in a little bit to a degree, and to get the news that there actually is something wrong with me, then you think, all right, well, I'm not just losing it. There is a sort of reason to an extent why you're not moving the way you have in the past, and so now just to get that all behind me and sort of build my body up again from scratch and really work on the weaknesses that are in my game and hopefully come out a better player because of it.